In this video, we will show you how to convert any image into a PaintStitch design. The procedure is simple. First, use the open icon to locate any image you like. Find the bitmap image you want to convert to a PaintStitch design and open it. A dialog appears showing the selected image and the available conversion options. Use the Open as PaintStitch option. You may even click and drag on top of the preview to select just the portion of the image to import. You can move or resize the portion if you are not satisfied by the initial selection, or use this circle icon to reset the dialog. On the lower part of the dialog, you can also change the resolution of the imported image by editing the width, the height, or the DPI values. If any of the imported image dimensions, width or height, is larger than the default backdrop size limit, which is 29.5 centimeters or 11.6 inches, then the resolution values, width, height, and DPI will be automatically adjusted to match this limit. Change the value and then press the Enter button to apply the change. The image resolution will change proportionally. With PaintStitch option, you can have photorealistic embroidery results with the use of advanced algorithms which are implemented for this purpose. The conversion is automatic, but you can customize the PaintStitch results from the options that you will find in the Properties toolbar when the design is selected. Additionally, the Stitch Flow tool allows you to select the subject area of the image. During the conversion, the software chooses the colors that will be used for the PaintStitch design. If you select the subject area, the software will render the subject area more accurately than the image outside the subject area. To do this, click and drag on the design. The overall design will be recalculated based on your Stitch Flow guide. You can increase or decrease the size of the guide by clicking and dragging the handles of the circle, and even delete the guide by clicking on the X that appears at its center. Now, let's have a look at the properties of PaintStitch. From this drop-down menu, you can select the thread palette that you will use to embroider your PaintStitch design. Select any palette from this list and it will be immediately applied to the design. Actually, every change you make is immediately applied to the design. Specify the number of colors, as the more colors, the more detailed the result. The maximum number of colors that you can set is 99. Adjust the density of the PaintStitch design. Higher values will reduce the number of stitches and the detail of the design, and vice versa. Set the length of the PaintStitch stitches. Higher values produce more artistic and fuzzier results, while lower values produce more detailed results. When the smoothing option is selected, the randomness of the stitches is reduced and the stitches become smoother. Using blending, you can control how much the colors will blend. By default, a medium amount of blending will be applied on the design's colors. If you select none, no blending will be applied between the design's colors. In that case, the edges between different colors and shapes will not overlap. Using low blending, a small amount of blending will be applied on the design's colors, leading to minimal overlapping between different colors and shapes. Using high blending, a large amount of blending will be applied between the design's colors, thus leading to high overlapping between the different colors and shapes. Finally, using full, the maximum possible amount of blending will be applied between the design's colors. You can further increase or decrease the brightness of the PaintStitch image by setting a different value. Values may range from minus 240 up to 240. The PaintStitch design is recalculated to show the defined brightness. Likewise, you can increase or decrease the contrast of the image. This can be set from minus 240 up to 240. This function is similar to the contrast option that most photo editing software have. Notice that whenever an image is imported and converted into any bitmap fill type, cross-stitch, photo stitch, paint stitch, or sketch, you can always change the bitmap fill type to any other.